Hi, everybody, and welcome to the 2018 Sage Goddess Yule Ritual. We are here on the longest night of the year to celebrate the transition from fall to winter here in the Northern Hemisphere. That's what Yule represents. It also represents, like I said, the day of longest night. This is the longest yin energy. Nighttime is associated with yin energy. Daytime is associated with yang energy. Yin energy is highly feminine, receptive, very lunar, right? And so this is a powerful night. Yule is a very important night to do certain ceremonial things. The number one thing to do at Yule, and this is my annual ritual on top of the work that we're doing tonight for auric cleansing, which is another very powerful ceremonial way to work with Yuletime energy. But Yule is about really honoring you, putting the you in Yule, honoring everything that has come to fruition in your life. Do you ever stop and really evaluate how many intentions you've set that actually have manifested, have come to pass for you in miraculous ways? It takes my breath away sometimes, to be honest, in my life, how many of my intentions do come to pass. And sometimes, because we're human, we tend not to keep track of the good. It's easier to remember the challenging and painful parts of your year. But to be in good balance, right? Since, the goal, especially on these high yin and high yang days, right? Summer solstice being high yang and winter solstice being high yin. We're really seeking the divine masculine to balance out this very feminine energy of Yule. And so one of the things I want to suggest to you is that this is a time, a moment of elevated, what I call ascended master consciousness. Certainly Christ consciousness is activated during the month of December, and we feel that deeper sense of compassion and connection and peace. At least I do. But I will tell you that, as one of the ascended masters, he's in company with many others. And so I think whatever form source energy takes in your life, whatever avatar it uses to present itself to you, honor that energy. Bring that energy in to your field, to your work, to your rituals, to your family gatherings. Because no matter what holiday or tradition or lineage you truly practice, it's easy to forget, but we have had lifetimes across them all, right? And so you have walked this earth in many forms, and you may continue to walk in many forms in the future. So honor the duality and the totality of who you are at this time. I think it will bring you into greater balance and offer you greater peace, which is what this magical season truly is all about. It's about finding that stillness and that peace within. It's the pause button, right? This is your time. I always tell people, if you want to enjoy your whole year, then winter is really important, because winter is the season of rest. Winter is the season of going within, pulling that big velvet or that big fur blanket over your shoulders and really tucking in and taking your gaze from out here in the external and bringing it in here to really look at and understand and reflect on who you are and what you've traveled, the roads that you've traveled this year, and what wisdom became available for you in the 12 months of 2018. And then how can you integrate that wisdom tonight in service ultimately of clearing and of allowing and surrendering, and then in the spring, building and receiving and manifesting, right? So in order to receive in the seasons ahead, you have to reflect in the season now. Because what gives you the energy, especially in March and April and May, as that growth energy is burgeoning inside, right? And the temperatures outside are rising, and it's just all of nature is starting to push out of those tight buds it was holding all winter long. What gives you the energy to burst out of those tight buds of potential in your own life is good rest and reflection and renewal now. So everything in nature is telling you, go within, go inside, go in your home, bundle up, get cozy, spend time with your loved ones. Take nature's cue. In my experience, nature's never going to lead you astray. Nature's never going to tell you to retreat when you really should be going outside. You know what I mean? And nature's not going to say, hey, get outside, if the medicine of the season is really to turn within. So she's a good teacher in all of her ways. So what tools are we using? I want to show you so that if you have these tools, this is what we're using for our ritual today. If you don't have them and you're maybe using your own tools or something that you've crafted, that's perfectly fine too. Tonight is a rebirthing. And so we're going to be doing a beautiful breathing exercise together, and then we are going to travel up and down your chakra column to experience the areas in you that need a little attention right now during this season of rest and reflection. And we're going to do that clearing tonight before the season of rest really begins. If you purchased the set through Sage Goddess, then you got a wand, an aura clearing wand. And so I'm going to be teaching you tonight about wand magic and how to work with sacred tools. This is the black tourmaline, which is for cleansing of fear and attachments that aren't serving you. Is that your medicine for tonight? Maybe you chose lepidolite, which is clearing of anxiety and hesitation, getting in your own way. And then larvikite, which is clearing of confusion and disconnection. If you've been feeling separate from people, unclear about relationships, if you've been feeling like, I just need a fresh start, you know what I mean? I need to get in there with some new energy and a new frequency and a new perspective. Larvikite is going to be your medicine for tonight. And hopefully you enjoyed your free gift, by the way, which was our auric cleansing bath salt blend that we sent you, just to give you a good clear bath before our ritual today. I did mine this morning, so it doesn't have to be a nighttime thing. I like to do my salt baths in the morning, so it really is up to you and kind of what your practice is. And then this is the map that we are following for tonight's ritual. So I'm going to take you through all 9 of your primary energetic gateways. These are, if you read The Ultimate Guide to Chakras, then this won't be new information to you. If you haven't, my first book, I've written 3 books this year, but my first one is on Amazon.com. I'm really proud of it. And it's called The Ultimate Guide to Chakras. And it's been an Amazon bestseller twice in its category. So if you haven't bought The Ultimate Guide to Chakras and you want to learn more about the work we're doing tonight, I would send you over there. You can also get signed copies on sagegoddess.com too if you would like that. Okay, and then our perfume. So let me tell you about our tools. So first we're working with Auric Cleanse perfume. And let me tell you the notes in Auric Cleanse. It is ginger, blue lotus, and lavender absolute. And lavender absolute, by the way, is the first press, the most intense. It's almost green. Lavender absolute, if you haven't worked with it. Much more intense than your everyday lavender. And so if this smells more intense to you, that's partly why. But that ginger and that blue lotus, the ginger boosts your personal power, which is important at this time because you want to harness that inner fire. That's what you're channeling tonight for your Yule work. Blue lotus is for spiritual transformation and advancement. And I really hope that you love the way that lavender absolute dances with that blue lotus. I've never put those two together in any of my recipes before, and I'm absolutely in love. So we're going to be anointing with Auric Cleanse perfume, and then you have your Auric Rebirth candle. And those are your tools for this evening. Okay. So I will show you this as we walk through the meditation. What I would love to have you do, though, so that you can really stay in the meditation, maybe with your eyes closed, is try to imagine the energy centers in your body right now. That way, as I walk you through the gateways, you don't have to open your eyes, okay? And so what I want to tell you is you have 9 central energetic gateways or chakras or wheels of energy, however you think of the way energy flows in your body. You have 9 primary centers. You have 2 that anchor you in the lower world and the upper world, okay? So the one that is beneath your feet is called the Earth Star Chakra. And so that is your gateway to the crystalline kingdom. The crystal people are under your feet. The bone people are under your feet, right? And so the Earth Star Chakra is really what anchors you into those deeper gateways and helps you get your footing literally in the world. Okay, so the Earth Star is where we're going to go to really get clearing around your connection to the worldly things. Your root chakra, which is right under your tailbone, is your safety gateway. And that's about physical clearing, clearing around concepts of home and security. Your root chakra is the part of you that is protective of your body and yourself. The Earth Star is protective of your relationship to your space. And so that's your personal protection gateway. Your sacral chakra, which is between the ovaries for women and between the testes for men, that's your creative gateway. And so we're going to be going in there to clear any blockages to creation and procreation, which would include fertility. So if you're doing fertility work, we can clear a lot of that tonight. I hope you're excited about that. Solar plexus is about 2 finger widths above your belly button. That's your power gateway. We're going to be clearing obstacles to your success tonight. Like what's getting in your way, and be prepared, you might be getting in your way. Which often really shocks people, but sometimes you're the one that sabotages your own success. We have stones that we work with, by the way, for that, like scapolite. It's a really good stone for overcoming self-sabotage, but we're going to clear some of that stuff tonight. Then you have your heart chakra, 4th chakra, right? Center of your chakra column. It's one right in the middle, and that's because it's what's supposed to be leading you is your heart. And so that is your love gateway. We're going to be clearing heartbreak, relational trauma, in whatever relationship that happens. So it could be, within your nuclear family, it could be in a primary partnership with your children, etc. By the way, we can clear things tonight that are not happening in real time or in 3D. So you certainly can clear trauma with loved ones who've already crossed the realms, right? So they don't have to be alive, they don't have to be in the room with you. I just want you to know that the energetic work that we're doing tonight really does transcend space and time. Then we're going to be moving up to your throat chakra, which is right here. That's your truth gateway. We're going to be clearing inauthentic ways of being and masks that you're wearing that aren't serving you. Then we're going to go to your third eye, which is your intuitive gateway, for clearing misinformation and assumptions that are leading you to incorrect assessments in your life, activating more of your intuitive senses. Then we're going to go to the crown chakra, which is the top of your head. That's your source gateway, developing a deeper relationship with your creator. And really, that's where we do a lot of work to cleanse your disconnection from all that is. If you see yourself as alone, Lone Ranger, Lone Wolf. We have all kinds of ways of saying that, don't we, in Western culture and society? We kind of celebrate loners, but the reality is, not only are we not alone, we're not meant to be alone, and most people are very unhappy when they're alone. And I don't mean spending time by yourself, right? Like, I have a great relationship with myself, but I know that my happiness, to a certain extent, does depend on my ability to see my connection to others. I don't have to spend time with them all the time. A lot of us are introverts, and so you may not enjoy having, constant interaction with other people, but you shouldn't feel a disconnection from all that is. You shouldn't feel disconnected from me. You shouldn't feel disconnected from all that surrounds you. And then last but not least is your angelic gateway, which is the soul star chakra. That's about a foot above your head. And there we're going to go in and we're going to clear any confusion about your past, because that's where we access the Akashic records, the records of all that was, all that is, and all that ever will be. And so this is also where we're going to clear doubt about your soul path. Can I get an amen to that? Speaking of which, you're seeing this beautiful Yule ritual recorded with this backdrop behind me, which is my brand new online course that just launched. And it's open for registration now. If the work we're doing tonight really resonates with you and you want to work more closely with me, this is the most powerful class I've ever created, and we've had the biggest reception to it ever in the history of SG. And because it's really a course in you. It's a course in your transformation, your soul shift. Shifting from surviving and getting by to thriving and really loving the life that you're in. And so if you're ready to shake things up and to improve not only your life and your happiness and well-being, but to shift the relationships around you toward a higher vibration, which basically means happiness, health, prosperity, success, then I would really urge you to join me. You can head to sagegoddess.com/soul-shift. That's the website, or just go to sagegoddess.com, click on classes up at the top of the page, and you'll see Soul Shift right there. Would love to have you join me. And by the way, if you register today, you get into our Facebook group and get to start participating right away, but you don't pay anything until January 1st. So that's kind of the good news. You get to start enjoying the experience. There's actually a free PDF workbook on manifestation. There's a free necklace that's coming with your membership, and a free Magic for Beginners recorded pay-per-view class that you're going to get, covering all the basics of metaphysical work. So there's a lot of free gifts before you even begin the experience. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, let's get a circle going here. I'm so excited to be with you this Yule. Thank you for choosing to spend part of one of the most sacred days of the whole year with me. I really appreciate it. And I want to invite you to kind of drop into a deeper state of awareness now. I want you to call your energy into present time. And I want you to begin the process now of thinking about all that you have brought into being this year. All of the things and the ideas and the experiences and maybe even the people and the beauty that you miraculous creature, that you brought to life. Maybe art that you created, or music that you created, or a new class that you designed, or I brought 3 books into the universe this year. I'm really celebrating that. Trying not to forget that, because again, it's easy to overlook your accomplishments, especially in hindsight, but I'm very proud of that, and so what is your fingerprint, and what have you created that no one else could have? And just bring your attention there. The more you focus on the beauty in your life and the achievements in your life, and with gratitude, right? The more of those things you create. It's so true, And it's really easy to focus on, well, I didn't do this, or I wasn't successful with that, or tonight just celebrate the joys for a moment and let yourself be present to all that is truly magnificent about you, because I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful that you chose to come on this journey in this lifetime at this time so that I could know you and connect with you and interact with you. I'm grateful for all the moments that we've had this year in classes and rituals and ceremonies and different experiences that we've had this year. You've brought a lot to my life, so I'm sitting in gratitude with you and for you this evening as well. And once you get into that mindset, like as I'm sitting here, I'm even thinking, gosh, I'm grateful to that white sage for smudging my space, and that Palo Santo for bringing its healing and cleansing properties, and that beautiful mugwort for opening up my intuitive senses. Like once you start giving thanks, it's contagious, right? You just want to keep giving and giving and giving. And just a little sound clearing to prepare our container. Inviting in all the angels from the higher realms to be present to us this evening. Music is sweet medicine, isn't it? And inviting in the guardians and gatekeepers of the 4 sacred directions to be present to us in our ceremony this evening. Guides and guardians of the Eastern Gateway, where eagle flies and condor soars, to remind us of our ability to fly high and above and beyond the obstacles and the challenges of our lives. We invite you into this sacred circle for Yuletime ritual, to bless us, to be with us, to allow us to be in good relationship to you, for bringing clarity, as the guardians of the East do, that beautiful breath of life, the energy of dawn, the gift of a new day, the gift of a new season. And we see you, very grateful for your presence. Guardians of the Southern Gateway, fire element. Of course, this is the realm and the domain of beautiful snake medicine, fox medicine, transformation, curiosity, the ability to go through the stages of transformation with ease and grace and flow, surrendering to them, which of course allows them safe and easy passage through our energy field. The energy of rebirth, the phoenix rising. Thank you for attending us in this beautiful ceremony, helping us light the way through the element of fire on this darkest of nights, reminding us that the light always prevails and will return at the conclusion of this beautiful and magical season. And we welcome you into the circle. Guardians of the Western Gateway, tonight's all about rebirth and cleansing and renewal energies, opening up those 7 chakras, 9 chakras this evening to create passageway for energy to move and flow. We thank you for that movement, that fluidity, that offer to come through and purify, renew, regenerate with us, on us, through us, on our behalf. And we welcome you into the circle on this Yule evening. And then Guardians of the North, we turn to face you now. Fall is the season that is aligned to the west. And now we face the season of winter aligned to the north. This is the passageway of the ancestors, the slow-moving creatures, the creatures that hibernate, the creatures that teach us how to turn within and how to activate that looking within place in each of us. It's so powerful. When you turn your gaze within and can really see yourself with accuracy, that's the key to clearing whatever energies are no longer in your service. And so, Guardians of the North, thank you for attending us on this Yule evening. And so it is. And so it is. And those powerful guardians are with us. They are supporting us. They see us in this sacred work. I am going to be working tonight with the Larvikite medicine because anxiety medicine is not my medicine right now, and fear medicine is not my medicine right now. I don't have those emotions active, or at least activated to the point where I need clearing. What I do want to clear is any residual energy for me around old models, old ways of moving, old ways of learning, old ways of teaching, because I'm moving into a powerful new teaching phase in my life. And so I want to open up pathways for new information, new insight to flow. So I'm going to be working with this tool. One of the things you should know is a tool like this, and I want to explain it before we begin our meditation, is called a single terminated wand, meaning it's pointed on one end and it's round on the other. I chose a round-ended wand for you because it's half of a sphere called a hemisphere. Hemispheric energy is what we call pan energy. It radiates the energy from the tip, wherever the tip is going, throughout the rest of the space. So as you go in and you clear energy, it gives you a full surface area to remove that energy and then to transfer that energy into either a room, or in the case of tonight, we're actually going to be creating a portal tonight through which we will send, through this unterminated edge, we will create a point of connection or a cord between the edge, the non-terminated end of your wand, and the portal space. The portal space is going to hold and contain the energies. The reason I use a single terminated for clearing work and not a double terminated is that a double terminated transmits. It isn't just one directional, it's bi-directional. What I don't want to do is go in and remove energy and end up potentially putting it back in to the system. Does that make sense? I want to remove energy and then be able to contain it and remove it and release it. So that's why I prefer to work with a tool like this for auric cleansing, but you can of course use a tool that serves you best as well. Certainly there are cases, and especially with training, where you can use a double terminated wand for energetic removal. We do that sometimes in shamanism with a tool that's known as a Vogel crystal, which is often double terminated. But that requires sort of extra training and an extra layer of protection around the vortex that you create that is sort of beyond the scope of our work tonight. So this was a way for me to give you a powerful tool, but one where you wouldn't necessarily be returning the energy back into your system if you weren't well trained. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope you're enjoying your tool too. You can, of course, use this as a massage wand. One of the things you do is you program this to hold whatever healing energy you wish. You send that. You can send Reiki energy into it. You can send your own intention into it. Imagine the crystal holding that energy and then again transferring it through the bottom into the person that you're working on. So this can then become a very powerful tool, and you can use it for clearing as well when you do a massage work like that for a client or on yourself. Okay, so let us anoint and light our candle. So again, we're using Auric Cleanse perfume. A little bit at my wrist for what I do, a touch at my third eye for what I know, and then a bit at my ankles for where I go. Blessing your steps, blessing your thoughts, blessing your actions. Blessing, blessing, blessing. And then let's light our candle together. I'm going to use my torch. This is our Auric Rebirth candle. We are rebirthing our aura for greater health. If we can get our candle lit. That's okay, we had a siren anyway, so it was a sign that we needed to take a minute break. Oh, there we go. I've got fire. And blessings to that siren anyway. All right. And so our candle is lit, and as we connect with the element of fire, again, tonight being Yule, It's so beautiful, isn't it, to think about how many of your ancestors have celebrated this sacred day, and that this reflected for them the light that was not available on this darkest of all nights, and how truly the most powerful light in your life doesn't come from without, it comes from within. Doesn't matter how dark it is outside, how cold it is, how foggy it is, you light your own way. That's the medicine too of the Hermit, right, from the major arcana of the tarot, is that you can be the way seer, you can be the light bringer, you can be the pathfinder. You don't have to wait for someone to illuminate the path for you. Often if you wait, it never happens. And so I think it's this powerful medicine of this candle and this experience and this night too, of remembering that you are your best and brightest source of illumination, and not just on the longest night of the year, but always. Aho. Aho to that. Okay, so I'm going to play the singing bowl for just a moment before we begin our meditation, and then I'm going to teach you a breathing technique just to deepen your state of awareness that we are going to move through, and that's going to be a little bit of a rebirthing energy. When you breathe in the way that I'm going to teach you tonight, you shed layers of energy. You release and release and release. And so in addition to the wand work that we're going to do once we open the portal, I'm also going to be teaching you that breathing technique so that you drop in just a little more deeply into the state of awareness. But just for now, close your eyes. And on this longest night of the year, we invite in all of the guardians of the light. Be with us on this longest night of the year. Help us to remember and see and attune to our highest light, the inner light that guides us. And just letting the sound, the vibration come through and also be a source of healing and clearing for you. This bowl is attuned to 432 megahertz, which is the angelic megahertz, the angelic frequency of alignment and manifestation, integration. And so just receive that medicine right now. Feeling the essence and the energy of that light wash over you from your soul star gateway chakra all the way through your central column, down through your feet, and the earth star chakra, right into the center of the earth. And let it anchor there. Okay. So I'm going to lead you through a breathing technique just for 1 minute. It might make you feel a little lightheaded. It's over-oxygenating your brain. So it's bringing more oxygen to your brain than you're used to feeling. So it can make you feel a little bit lightheaded, a little bit dizzy. You're perfectly safe. You're safe to drive afterward. There's nothing. You're not going anywhere. Not leaving your body, but you might feel a little bit more of a deep meditation, and I think it will help you enjoy the experience more. So the technique is, that I'm using tonight anyway, to get you to a certain level, is 2 inhales in and 1 exhale out, but all using your nose, keeping your mouth closed. So it's going to look like this. And you're just going to repeat that sequence with me for about the next 30 seconds to 60 seconds to get you into a softer place. And you can close your eyes if it's more comfortable. You can breathe with me or move to your own rhythm. couple more times. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. One more time. And then you can return to your normal state of breathing, but you might feel, like I said, just a tiny bit relaxed, softer. Move gently into that little space and see how you feel now. Maybe a deeper connection. If you bring your attention back to the flame of your candle, you'll be able to notice more easily how you're relating to your space and whether there's more of a softness there. And I hope there is. Okay, and so from this softer place of awareness, I am going to help you open a portal through which you can send the energies that you release tonight at all of your chakras with me. So I want you to imagine off to your right side, you're going to open a circle with your right hand. And this is how we open a portal. It's basically just making a perforation in the matrix with intention. And so we're going to open a portal this evening, and we're going to ask that there are two deities who want to hold the portal for us this evening, that Kali Ma be given permission, if she feels right to you, to hold the portal for you. She is going to be able to transform, to take the energies of what you're releasing, and through element of fire, which is sacred to Kali Ma, she's going to be able to transform them, return them to source in usable ways. And then also Ganesha, I'm going to invite Ganesha in to hold the portal as well. Ganesha is going to be here to, again, hold that space with us, but also be able to help us move past what we're clearing tonight, to remove any obstacles to our progress in 2019. So Ganesha and Kali Ma, thank you for holding this portal off to our right. When we are done with our work this evening, we will close that portal. We thank you for being good guardians of that space. And so that space is open. And so what we're going to begin now is moving from your Earth Star chakra, which is really down here below your root. This is your root chakra here. Your Earth Star is down here under your feet. So we're going to begin at your Earth Star chakra. And again, imagine it about 12 inches below the bottoms of your feet. Then we're going to move to your root chakra, to your sacral chakra. And we're going to move to your solar plexus, your heart, then to your throat, your third eye, your crown, and ultimately your soul star chakra. And we're going to be clearing at each point what is aligned with that chakra. And we're going to be transferring it through the rounded edge out into the portal space. So you're going to be going into that chakra and sending the energy out down to the portal, into that chakra and out down to that portal. So I want you to begin under your feet. And if you can't, reach down so far like I'm seated, I'm actually holding my foot and I'm going with my visualization down into the earth, but I'm actually clearing right under the soles of my feet right now. But I'm imagining that I'm able to clear anything. Like I said, the Earth Star chakra is your connection to the material world. And so for me, like I said, I'm doing the Larvikite, so I'm clearing any energies that are holding me back from new beginnings in the material world. I'm clearing those out, going in, sending them down. Going in, sending them down, sending them right through that portal, which means you're not sending those energies back out into the field. You are sending them directly into the portal space where they can be taken from you and transformed into usable light. Clearing the Earth Star. Here we are clearing all of the energies of ancestral trauma, all of the energies of mistrust in the longer lineage in your line. If there's anything from the ancestors that's holding you back, this is the place to do it, particularly trauma, physical trauma, emotional trauma, spiritual trauma in the ancestral line. We are sending it down, allowing the wand to contain it, and then to transfer it through the cord into the portal. And then to the root chakra, which is right below your tailbone. Here we're going to be releasing, if you're using your lepidolite, any anxiety around home, safety, physical safety in your body. We're going to be healing your own trauma here, your own physical, your own emotional, your own spiritual trauma. For me, I'm releasing anything around fears of new creation. And then if you're using your black tourmaline, right? Anything that's causing you to feel afraid physically can be released here as well. Clearing and sending into the portal, clearing and sending into the portal, clearing and sending into the portal. Be mindful that you're sending your energy in the right direction as you extract it, sending it down. And then going into the sacral chakra. This is your place to clear all the creative blocks, all of the blocks to creation and procreation. Fertility blocks, if you're trying to create life, can be released here. For me, this is creativity around new projects, right? So I'm releasing anything that might be blocking new visions, new projects, new creations with that Larvikite. Are you too anxious in your art and in your creativity? That's where that lepidolite is going to release all of that anxiety that you're holding and storing. Just allowing the wand to hold and transfer, radiating out. And sometimes it's helpful with the visual too. Like I imagine the bottom of this wand and just rays of light extending from the entire surface as that energy goes down into that portal space. Just imagine that energy going in and then directly into that portal place. Let me give thanks to Kali Ma and Ganesha for removing obstacles and transforming what isn't serving us anymore. Allowing it to be composted in their cauldron and returned to Gaia in the form of usable light. And then the solar plexus here, this could be anxiety around your power if you're using your lepidolite wand. This could be personal power around new visions and new creations if you're using Larvikite. And this could be releasing any blockages to your sense of feeling safe in your power if you're using your black tourmaline. Do you not feel safe when you show up as your big, powerful self? Like, here's the place and the time to clear that. Send it into the portal. Take it out, send it in. Take it out, send it in. Take it out, send it in. And then we go up to the heart space. And this is where we're going to clear, with Larvikite, you can clear blockages to new relationships, new friendships, new collaborations. With your black tourmaline, this is the place to clear not feeling safe in love relationships. And with your lepidolite, this is the place to clear anxiety in love. Does it make you nervous? It's good to go in and clear that out. And up to the throat chakra, we're going in and we're clearing anything that needs to be released from that truth center. What truth do you need to access as you create something new with Larvikite? And how can we remove any blockages to peace around truth so it doesn't make you nervous speaking your truth? And do you feel not safe being who you are, being authentic? That black tourmaline is going to clear some serious wounding and challenges around that very important chakra, especially for empaths. You have to be able to speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. It's really important. And then coming up to that third eye, we're clearing BS tonight. We're clearing lack of ability to see and intuit and understand. We're decalcifying that pineal gland. We are opening up, attuning to a higher vision, releasing our fear of our wisdom, releasing blockages to our intuition around those new projects, releasing anxiety related to maybe our anxiety about the future even. Releasing that. You should be excited to step into your future, imagining it full of glorious possibility. And then up to the crown, we are releasing obstacles to connection with Source. Does your connection to Source scare you? That black tourmaline is going to remove your fear so you can deepen that relationship. Are you ready for a new relationship with Source in your life? Redefined. Maybe that's your Larvikite. And then does the cultivation of your spiritual gifts in the world, does that make you nervous, anxious? That lepidolite will clear all of that out. We give thanks. Energy out, down to the vortex, out and down to the portal. And then Soul Star up here, we are removing obstacles to the greater wisdom that come to us from the Akash. I'm clearing any confusion about my past, my present, my future with my Larvikite wand. You can clear anxiety about your soul path with your lepidolite, and you can start to feel really safe anchoring into your soul's path in this lifetime with your black tourmaline tool. And we give thanks. And then one more, what we call a sweep of the chakras, Soul Star, clearing anything that remains. Thank you for allowing us to release here. Crown chakra, releasing anything that remains. Third eye, releasing anything that remains. Throat, releasing anything that remains. Heart, releasing anything that remains. Solar plexus, releasing anything around personal power that remains. Sacral, releasing anything related to creativity, creation, procreation, passion that remains. Root, releasing any lingering personal fears, home and safety, security. And then the Earth Star, releasing any residual energy that is no longer serving us in the ancestral lineage, anchored in the bones, it's being held in the crystal kingdoms, releasing anything there. Okay. And now, Ganesha and Kali Ma, I'm going to ask, as I hold out my wand over the portal, that you take from this wand any residual energy that needs to be released. From the bottom of the wand first, and then direct the tip of the wand to the portal. Any additional energy that needs to be released, we ask that this tool not store any of the energy that we have removed, that you allow it clean passage and complete passage through the portal on our behalf. And then I always like to ask for help, and so if you could, please allow this wand to become more cold once the energy has been dismissed. That'll be a good sign to us that it's ready for us to close the portal. And just notice. Mine instantly got more cold to the touch. It'll still be warm where you're touching it because that's your skin, but notice if more of the surface area doesn't feel cold. And once you feel that coldness, then you're ready to close the portal. It's a very important step. You don't want to leave portals open, especially one that holds the energy that you just let go of. That's sort of like a bit of a toilet at this point. So it won't be once they're done with it. You know, the deities do take the energies. Gaia herself takes it and cleans it, purifies it like a water filter. So don't worry that that's going to not be usable light. But that's their work to do, not yours. And so what we're going to do then is we're going to take our wand and we're going to, going counterclockwise now, we're going to seal the portal space using the wand. The wand is now clear of all energies that have been released, so it can be used for other work, other rituals, other purposes. You can keep it in your collection now that you know how to use it. You can do this anytime. Just always remember to open a portal and always remember to close the portal and release the guardians or keepers of the portals. So, Kali Ma, thank you for consuming all of that energy that we released on our behalf. And Ganesha, thank you for helping us overcome all obstacles tonight to our soul's greater development in 2019, and for being present with both of us, both of you, on this longest night. Amen, aho, and so it is. Amen, aho, and so it is. All the warmth from my tool is gone from my hand. It's back to how it felt when I first picked it up. That's your sign that it's clear. If yours isn't cool to the touch yet, what I would recommend is give it a second, but keep it in your hands until you really get to that cool place. It won't be cold. It just won't be as burning hot as it probably was when you were clearing the energy because mine was very warm. But it really does. Your crystals communicate with you through temperature, and so it will let you know when it's cleared and ready to return to other work for you. Aho to that. I hope that you have enjoyed this Yule ritual. It was a blessing to create it for you, a blessing to hold the container for you. You have been reborn tonight, a much cleaner, right? a much purer container, ready to hold what is coming for you in 2019. All the beauty, all the learning, all the growth, all the acceleration of your development that I believe is ahead for you this year. So with great gratitude to the guides and the guardians and the allies on this longest night and always. Amen, aho. And so it is. Just watching your smoke for a minute. When we light our candle, of course, we really tighten up the connection to the guardians of the south, but when we extinguish it, we tighten up our connection to the guardians of the east. So there's always elemental work happening in our ceremonies, and it's good to just be present to it. And guardians of the north, we thank you for being with us as we turn to face you in the northern hemisphere in the season of winter and rest. Thank you for showing us the way to our own hibernation, for being such good stewards of this circle. We appreciate your presence and your love and your guidance so much, and we release you from the circle. And guardians of the Western Gateway, thank you for allowing us to purify the heart, which is, of course, the chakra most connected in so many ways to the West, because the West is all about, love and purification and the ability to heal our emotions. And so thank you, guides and guardians of the Western Gateway. As we release the energy of fall and surrender to winter, we also release you from the circle this evening with grace and gratitude. Guardians of the South, thank you for lighting the way tonight, illuminating the path, helping us transform, letting us work with Kali Ma and your element of fire to purify and transform, transmute, and clear and release any stuck or stored energy that we need to surrender before we walk into the beautiful new year of 2019. We release you from the circle. And guardians of the East, thank you for this new beginning, this new chance to move more deeply and gracefully into a season of rest and reflection. Help us to learn in this new phase, this new season, as you open this doorway for us. Help us to learn what needs to be learned and understood so that we can proceed in a good way on our path in the year to come. We release you from the circle as well. And with that, our beautiful Yule ceremony for 2018 is complete. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for coming with me and letting me treat you to some sound magic tonight and some clearing magic tonight and some rebirthing breath magic tonight. Thank you for surrendering so softly and beautifully into the process. I look forward to seeing you soon in the new year. And like I said, if you are feeling called to work with me next year, I hope you will consider registering for Soul Shift. It is the most powerful class I've ever taught in my 22 years of teaching. And so this is the culmination of a lot of study, 25 years, almost 30 years of ritual practice and training across many different areas, including history and mythology and comparative religion, beyond all of my other training in shamanism and aromatherapy and crystal healing. So I hope you'll join me. If you'd like to learn more, you can head to sagegoddess.com, click on classes at the top, and you'll find Soul Shift right there. I look forward to working with you and learning with you and shifting with you and celebrating the season of winter with you. I'll see you soon, everybody. Namaste. Thank you for being with me this evening. I see the divine in you, and I'm blessed by it. Take care.